Welcome everybody. This is a video of the installation of the Hawkglow H7 LED bulb into my Mercedes 2013 GL450. We'll be installing these in the low beam, not the high beam, but the low beam. And again, these are H7s, courtesy of Hawkglow. It's the low beam right there. That's the high beam right there, but we'll be installing it in the low beam. And they sent this out to me for the installation. So here's a quick video comparison. This is the halogen bulb that came with the truck, and then here's the H7 Hawkglow that I upgraded to. And then you can see one is white and one is yellow. And now here when we go for a drive, it is so bright and white. The halogen just looks horrible, but the Hawkglow LED bulbs just look nice and bright. It's significantly so much better than the halogen. All right, first let's do the unboxing and see what it comes with. I know this box says Flash Shark, but they're going through a rebranding. Again, this is from Hawkglow, and it's a 1-to-1, and I'll show you what I mean by that 1-to-1. It looks exactly like the halogen bulb that's in the car, the H7 bulb. So this does not have the fan, although it shows that in the image, but it is just a 1-to-1 bulb, as you can see right here. It fits a direct insert into the housing. And for the Mercedes, you need something like this so that it grabs in and then you turn it to the right to lock it in place. So the first thing when we go through the installation is you need room to stick your hand up here. We need to open this cover, and this is very easy. We just remove the push pin using some kind of wedge. I'll show you that, and then remove the cover. So what we'll be doing is we'll be raising the vehicle so that we get some extra room. So this, with the air suspension, you press the button to raise the vehicle. You have to have the engine running. Well, it's best to have the engine running, and then you press the button here, and once you do that, you will see a message in your cluster saying vehicle rising. And once that's done, you will be able to see that you have more room here to stick your hand in to remove that cover right behind the headlight. So first thing I did is I got one of these blue wedge things. These are panel removal tools. There's all different kinds, as long as it's got a U shape. Apologies that it's dark here, but I'll get it bright in a minute. So it's very difficult to see, but you just basically put the U-shaped part of this trim removal tool behind the pin, and then just wedge it out. Just make sure you don't lose it when it comes out, because it does have a tendency to fall out. So mine was a little bit tough to get it out, and it's kind of dirty as well. Once you get it out, then the next thing you have to do is remove this plate. In order to remove this plate, you just push it up and then it comes off. It's held in by tabs, so when you push it up, it gets released by those tabs, and then it just comes straight out. And after you remove that, you have this cover, and you turn it to the left to unlock it in place, and it comes out. Now you can see the bulb right here. It's the black piece over there. That's what's holding the bulb. And again, you just unscrew it by turning it to the left about 45 degrees, and then it'll come off of the socket, and you'd be able to remove it. So although it took me a while to get it out, but I just wanted to be sure. So it'll be good for you to feel around in there just to see what things are and what you're touching, so that it makes it easier when you put it back in. Just know where the hole is, where you're removing this from, and this is the halogen bulb that was in there. So now to remove the halogen bulb, you'll need to pry it out. So I just used a screwdriver because it is, metal on metal, and you don't have much room. And if you try to remove it just by grabbing onto the bulb, it may break off. I'm also holding the bulb because I think it was kind of hot. Well, I was holding it with paper because I think it was kind of hot. But anyway, you could just wedge the screwdriver in between the base of the bulb and the base of the socket, and then just turn it and just pry it out. And once you're able to do that, you could just grab the bulb. If you don't have any use for the bulb anymore, you could touch it with your bare hands. But if you are planning on keeping the H7 bulbs, use something else so that the oil from your fingers do not go on the bulb, because that may cause it to catch fire or start a fire if you do plan on using it again. So anyway, so the best thing is just to wedge it out and remove the bulb. Pretty straightforward, like this. Able to take that out, and now we've done that, we have pretty much the open socket where we're going to be putting the bulb. So when I put the bulb in, it worked the first time. If it doesn't work, you have to switch the polarity on it. But I believe this is non-polarity specific, so it'll turn on no matter which way you put it in. Now, you just have to make sure that it's perfectly aligned and perfectly flush with the base of the socket to make sure you don't have any gap. Otherwise, it won't fit into the bulb housing. So you want to make sure you push it in all the way and make sure it's tight. Obviously, we're going to turn it on and test and make sure that it works before we put it into the socket. But again, you want to make sure that it's flush into the base of the socket. And once we've done that, let's go test it. All right, so now I have it on, and it's only flickering because on my camera it's actually not flickering at all. It's nice and bright, and I just want to mention, there's no CANBUS errors, it's not flickering, it's working 100%. So now there's the hole where you took out the bulb from, so now you know where it is, and basically the ears or the tabs of this bulb socket goes and behind the other two tabs that you see over there. So you basically get it in, and then again you turn it to the right to lock it in place. Pretty straightforward. There's not much room. You could also turn the tire if you wanted more room, but I was able to do this without turning the tire, just by lifting up the air suspension. And once you do that, now you want to put this cover back on, and you want to hear a click. So once you turn it in all the way, you'll hear a click, otherwise it'll fall down. So make sure you hear the click. You turn it to the right and make sure you hear the click so that it locks in place. Again, once we do that, now we put this other cover back on. I think that I just one more time to make sure it's stuck in place. Now we put the other cover back on. Again, you put it in on the top and then you push it down. These are the tabs that need to go behind the fender liner, so they'll lock in place behind the fender liner. So you want to make sure that it's you put it on the top part and then you push it down by using your fingers. And after you do that, just make sure that all four sides are inside the wheel fender liner. And then you put the little thing back in here. Pretty straightforward. And we're done. Oh, actually, we're not done. After this, we have to lower the vehicle. So I'll just walk you through that. You basically turn on the engine and you press this button again. And now you will see a message that says, actually, yeah, they should start blinking. Now you see a message that says vehicle lowering. And once we're done with that, now let's take a look at the lights to see how they are. They are ridiculously bright. I want to thank Hawkglow for sending me these H7 bulbs. They're just fantastic.